is a tag team match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing to the ring.
Hello, Stoke-on-Trent and Pro Wrestling for You fans worldwide, and welcome to Pro Wrestling for You Live Wire.
From Merseyside, they are the tag team known as the Scallys.
My name is Magic Marc Adams, and, well, we're starting with two lovely fellas. They call themselves the Scallys. They are RJ Silver, but we would normally be expecting Connor Klein, but unfortunately he's been electronically tagged and can't leave Merseyside, so Andy Knox is covering for him this evening. And Andy Knox is an unknown element. We haven't seen him before. We were expecting Connor Klein, and will this be the advantage for the Scallys? Andy Knox, Connor Klein. Is it advantage Scallys, or is it that maybe without the continuity of Connor Klein, RJ Silver's at a disadvantage? Only one way to find out.
From Liverpool, they are the tag team of Joe Boulton and the infamous Kameron Solas.
Joe Boulton, Kameron Solas, two fellas from up north, looking for an opportunity here in Pro Wrestling for You. And if they can knock off the Scallys, whatever version of the Scallys they may be, you would think that they would not only get some momentum, but they would also get a hell of a lot of popularity from the fans here, because, let's be blunt, the Scallys aren't the most popular of fellas. Kameron Solas, he's an enigma. He is a powerhouse, but he's an incredibly athletic man, whereas Joe Boulton, chiseled out of stone, he's like a Greek athlete. These two men, here to make an impression. And I can't wait to see this match between these two young, hungry teams. Pro Wrestling for You showcasing the future right here, right now. Well, the Scallys need to pick a corner. Andy Knox looking to start for his team, and it looks like Kameron Solas for his team. Clash of styles here. Knox, underhand, but also quick as a cat. Kameron Solas, bruiser of a man. As soon as I say a bruiser of a man, he encourages the fans to chant fight. Well, here we go. Does exactly what it does. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Fight. Here comes Kameron Solas. Okay, collar and elbow tie up now. Solas takes the arm, brings it round. Knox looking for the escape, but at the moment he's caught in a wrist lock. Takes the head, control the head, you control the body. Takes him down, interesting sweep there, like takes the leg down. And so that's encouraging the fans by slapping him on the back. I don't think Knox is going to like that. Covers him. Crucifix style pin, only a 2 count. But that's rattled Knox, who got caught in a headlock. Knox looking for the reversal or the escape off the ropes. Escapes from the headlock. Trip missed. Beautiful drop kick by Knox. Unpleasant young man, but you can't deny his ability. Trip missed by Solas. Looking for a back body drop, telegraphed it. Missed the kick though, off the ropes. There's a drop kick by Solas. Solas, deceptively athletic for a big guy, tags in Joe Boulton. That's got, I mean, I know it's an American term, but Bolton's got blue chipper written all over him. We are of course British, but let's just say he's a hell of an athlete. And with those body shots and the strikes to the face, he's letting Andy Knox know that he means business. Hooks in, effortless. Slams him down, Solas. Uses the tag team switch to the advantage with a slingshot senton. You've got a 5 count to the ref's discretion, and that point meant that after the tag, Solas comes in, lands shoulders on top of a prone Andy Knox. Scoops him up, slams him down. Tag made to Boulton. What's Boulton got here? Takes the head. These two men showing us some firm tactics by quickly tagging one in, one out. Because Boulton is a relatively fresh man compared to Knox. Although Knox gets the advantage with a double axe handle. And Silver getting involved. Disrespect. You'd have thought Knox would have liked to tag. And there we go, tag made. In comes Silver. Big double axe handle by RJ Silver. Giving Knox some time to recuperate on the outside. And there's a huge running football kick. 1, 2. The Scallys aren't subtle. They'll just punch you and fight you and do anything they can to win. And sometimes they're the best tactics. Kick to the stomach. Joe Boulton in trouble here. Boulton and Solas started well with quick tags, but now it's the opposite side of the ring, and it's Silver and Knox making those quick tags. Big forearm there by Knox. Tag to Silver, keeping Boulton well away from his tag partner, Cameron Solas. Boulton down to a knee. And RJ Silver mocking Cameron Solas, who clearly wants the tag, but he's in the wrong part of town. But here comes Joe Boulton. Is that a tag? Yes, it was. Boulton just overpowered RJ Silver. And the double... Oh my God! It's so quick to call, but there's the pounce. The double team distraction followed by the pounce, and Solas knocks off the... Oh my God, this is crazy. Off the ropes, here they come. No. The Scallys had that countered, but they didn't have that one countered. Boulton and Solas just chased after them and just beat them up. Beating them up on the outside. It's a brawl. Very early brawl here in Pro Wrestling for You. I mean, the kind of fighters you've got in there, perhaps it's not such a surprise. The Scallys will do anything to get a win. And Joe Boulton and Cameron Solas have got to counter that. Knox taking on Boulton. Solas taking on Silver. And Boulton follows Knox, but meanwhile Silver's back in the ring with Solas returning in. Oh, that was a kick to the face. And then Knox takes advantage, bounces him off the ring apron, and Solas, bad landing, in trouble, rolled back in by Silver. Silver, overhand rights now. Oh, and just punch. Closed fists, and the ref quite rightly admonishing him for that. RJ Silver, tag to Knox. And there's the running uppercuts. These Scallys, with or without Connor Klein, they are doing pretty well here, much to the chagrin of the Pro Wrestling for You fans, but Solas only kicks out at 1. Kick out at 1. Solas, he's full of fire, but he's nowhere near close enough to make the tag, and he's cut off by Andy Knox. Knox controlling Solas, and he needs to keep on top of him because Solas is much bigger than he is. Solas can and probably will overpower him if he gives him enough breathing room. Quite rightly, backs him back up into his own corner. RJ Silver with that running uppercut now. These two working Cameron Solas. Cover. Kick out by Solas. That was a kick out at 2. That certainly wasn't a kick out at 1 this time. Down he goes again. 1, 2. Solas needs that tag. We need to get a tag by Boulton. He needs to get it. You can see the concern on his face while the illegal choke over the second rope by RJ Silver. And now on the outside with a ref distraction. Andy Knox taking it out on Cameron Solas. Completely illegal. Doesn't care. Good friend of mine says that if the ref doesn't see it, it ain't illegal. And perhaps he's right. It has been all Scally action for the last 3, 4, 5 minutes, and it's been Solas just getting a pasting, and now these tandem repeated uppercuts, drop kick, the pair of them taking it out on Kameron Solas. Frustration there though by Andy Knox. Maybe he thought that they'd done enough to put Solas away, but Solas more resilient. That's not going to help his cause though. That's going to do a damage to his leg, stamping on the ankle. But Solas, zero offense for a long time now. How much more of a beating can this man take? Oh, and there we go, telegraphed it. They've done it too many times, and Solas had the counter. He used a Scally to take out another Scally. Over the top ropes goes Silver. Andy Knox up, and oh, that big back body drop was high, nearly at the roof. Solas needs the tag, but Joe Boulton pulled out of the way by RJ Silver. Solas turns round, drop kick to the face. That's not Joe Boulton's fault. The underhand tactics by the Scallys meant that there was no tag for Kameron Solas when he got to his corner. Not good. Not good for this new team of Solas and Boulton because, well, Solas is continuing to take that hammering by the Scallys and the forearm to the face by Knox. Tag to Silver. Joe Boulton's back, but Kameron Solas is might as well be a million miles away right now. Kick to the face, and hammers him in the face. I mean, Solas took too long. He was taking out Silver, but Knox came in to put paid to that. Knox, though, can't get him over for the suplex. Oh, drops him face first. RJ Silver goes straight after the downed man Solas. He almost had a second win, but it was stopped by the Scallys. Blocking that suplex. Lands on his feet now. Big kick to Knox. Big punch for Silver. But Solas is on the opposite side of the ring to where he needs to be to make that tag. Solas, can he get past RJ Silver? He's got the brute strength, but Silver somehow. Yes, well, Silver is a fresher man. The strength has been taken out of the body of Kameron Solas. In a fair fight where he hadn't been battered for 5 or 10 minutes, Solas would have won that exchange, but he's beaten, battered and bruised. Over he goes. Through the legs. Kicks him off into his mate. And there's the tag. Boulton in. Big kick for Silver. Big clothesline for Knox. Back elbow. Bolton, he's been chomping at the bit for a long time, and here he comes. There's that beautiful drop kick. I mean, he's a big man to be doing drop kicks. Look at that. Bolton fired up, looking to put away Andy Knox, but he gets headbutted in the gut and, wow, just clubbed across the back of the head. These Scallys don't fight fair. Catches him, swings him round, huge Uranagi. That might be enough. Covers him. Broken up by RJ Silver. Gotta think that might have got the win. Right there for Joe Boulton with that devastating swinging Uranagi. Over the top rope goes RJ Silver. Boulton. Over the ropes he goes as well. And Solas gets rid of Knox. I mean, this isn't a rumble. But there we go, out comes Solas over the top rope. Slingshot body press, takes out both Scallys, and it's Boulton and Solas on top, but everybody's outside. If this was a rumble, everybody would have lost. Solas rolls Knox back into the ring. Boulton, he's the legal man. Knox is the legal man as well. Tag made to Solas. Looking for some kind of double team effort, I think, here. Solas hooks him up. Nope, escaped by Knox. Throws him into Boulton. Double spin kick by the Scallys. Down goes Solas. And the kick to the face of Boulton. Was that 2 or 3? That was 2. RJ Silver, sound tactics, stopped Boulton from getting back in after the double kick to the face, but Solas still kicked out. They're still in it. Solas, after everything he's taken, is still in this match. Knox is on the top ropes here. What is he looking for? We'll never know. He was knocked off by Solas, throwing his partner into him. Onto the apron. Tag made. No, you missed that, mate. Oh, big kick by Boulton. Huge elbow drop across the back. Boulton's got him. Bolton's got him. Hooks him up. Looking for something here. Running power slam. Beautiful stuff. Senton bomb. Is it enough? And there's your win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Joe Boulton and Kameron Solas!
They debut as a team, and they're victorious as a team. Kameron Solas and Joe Boulton. Big win for these two young men. These two hosses, these athletes. They've shown Pro Wrestling for You what they're all about. What is next for these two boys? And what's next for the Scallys? I mean, Andy Knox covered for Connor Klein, and well, Andy Knox and RJ Silver did not get the job done. They've had big mouths, but when push came to shove, they didn't get the win here in our opening contest. Hard-fought battle between Kameron Solas and Joe Boulton and the Scallys. And it's a big win for those two young men. I predict that they'll go far. And the fans love it as well.
There we go. I do have to say, the amount of boys and Scallys have given here, of course, I'm practicing again. So, shall we move on to our next match? The following is a singles match on the no disqualification rule.
No.
Introducing to the ring.
You know something's gone horribly wrong when there are no disqualifications.
From Slaughterhouse Road, Grodd!
He's big, he's bad, he's brutal, and he loves his work. He's Henry T. Grodd. Henry T. Grodd. Having sat next to him on commentary in the past, he's an odd soul. Definitely an... Well, let's just stick with it. Let's just stick with that. He's an odd soul. I'll tell you what, though, I wouldn't mess with him. He's built like a tank. A brutal human being. And there's a story behind this match and why it's no disqualification, but, well, let's see his opponent first.
Wrestling! Get it up!
Dominita! Look at this. Dominita, well, she is after revenge. Grodd, she's... where's Dominita gone? I don't understand. Where's Dominita? She's come out the side. Oh, that's because there's no stairs. Right. So she didn't want to risk jumping off the stage. So she came from the other side. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But so, Dominita, it's all fun and games right now, but she is a woman on a mission. She is out for revenge because Grodd, well, let's not put any finer point on it. Grodd threw her down a flight of stairs and injured her leg. Is she fully healed? Is she in full health? Will Grodd go for the ankle? But the reality is, Dominita can do anything. She can headbutt him, she can punch him, she can hit him with a chair. She can do what she likes, and she's out for revenge. Has Grodd met a wrestler that can dominate him? Fans firmly behind Dominita, clapping along. Dominita, no love lost between Dominita and Grodd. Look at this. Look at the... oh my goodness. I wouldn't want to meet either of them with that look on their face. It's a big shoulder block. Didn't take him down though. Grodd. That's a big shoulder block. Didn't take her down though. These are two big humans in the ring right now. Off the ropes. Shoulder block. Staggers him but doesn't take him down. Dominita went for it, but Grodd grabbed her by the hair and kicked her in the stomach. Now he's just beating her up. I mean, it's a no disqualification match. Look, that wasn't illegal at all. Grodd, Irish whip, no. Irish whip, no. Dominita, there's the Irish whip, there's the reversal, and into the buckles goes Grodd. But I don't think Grodd was expecting that. Oh boy, that was devastating. I don't Grodd in trouble, and there's a huge flying body, and Grodd. Well, Grodd having none of it. The crossbody clearly, well, flummoxed Grodd. I don't think he was expecting this. I think Grodd, you know, I'm not even going to try and think like Grodd. I don't think that's a wise choice. But Grodd, right now, in trouble, and Dominita showing him what revenge looks like. It's a dish best served with lots and lots of punches and a face off a table. Huge chop by Dominita. But a return with a huge forearm and a clubbing blow across the back from Henry Grodd. There's a chop too. My goodness, these two, no love lost at all. They'll just... well, he went for the double axe handle, but it was broken up by Dominita, and there is a flurry of blows by Dominita as these two brawl into our crowd. No disqualification. They can do what they like. They can hit each other with chairs, with doors, with children. Don't hit each other with children. Mind the camera. Oh, that's very close to glass. Get away from there. Dominita's got a chair. Big chop. And Grodd howling in pain. And the big crossbody takes Grodd down again. Right on the outside. That's a wooden floor. That carpet has got no give. Dominita went straight for Grodd, but he bashed her and he's hightailed it, trying to get away. Pint. Dominita having a pint. Nice. You know, I like a pint occasionally. Dutch courage, maybe? Oh, well, she didn't have any of the pints. She just spat it in Grodd's face. Probably best when you're at work. Don't drink while you're at work. Drink responsibly. I'm not sure that was responsibly. Dominita. Oh, she went for an avalanche splash, but landed in the steel post. Anticipated by Grodd, and now Grodd taking advantage of the mistake by Dominita. Grodd, he's taken a kick in, but I think that steel post will have made all the difference in this match. And now Grodd taking the advantage and beating up Dominita. These two, well, they frankly can't stand each other. Big overhand clubbing blow. You could see the venom behind that one. Irish whip. Off the ropes. Big shoulder block. Finally, Grodd managed to take her down with a shoulder block. Is it enough? Nope. Kick out. Kick out by Dominita. Dominita showing us she's not intimidated by Grodd, but at the moment she's in trouble as he sucks the air out of her lungs with that reverse chin lock. Grodd happy with himself, but the fans rattling him with their support for Dominita. Dominita fighting her way up. Grodd, I think, yep, she's going to fight her way out with those elbows. Grodd clinging on, but not enough. Dominita goes down with a clothesline. Grodd knew that the hold was broken, but didn't matter because he managed to hit her with a clothesline. Kick out by Dominita. Dominita needs to find something because right now Grodd is all over her and she can't even get up. The fans getting behind Dominita, but Dominita's struggling. And Grodd just kicking her while she's down. And there's that chin lock. Dominita didn't get up quickly enough. Left herself exposed to another chin lock. And Grodd locking it up and keeping her controlled. Referee checking whether or not she's going. Nope, she's still live in Dominita. He was checking to see if she passed out. Dominita, back elbow. Once again fighting her way out. What she got this time? Off the ropes. Clothesline missed. But Grodd, big running shoulder lock, takes down Dominita again. Dominita, she's had flurries, but she's not been able to get a decent chain of offense on Grodd for a long, long time. Grodd off the ropes. Misses the body splash. This may be the opportunity that Dominita needed. Dominita, what you looking for here? Oh, that's a big leg drop. Takes out Henry T. Grodd with a massive leg drop, and Grodd doesn't know what hit him. Like being hit by a truck. Irish whip off the ropes. Hoists him up. Fall away slam. Shades of Tatanka with that fall away slam. Dominita. Avalanche splash. Grodd's in trouble. Grodd is in trouble. He is taking a hammering right now. Can Dominita finish the job? Charges in, hits him with that hip attack. And Grodd is in La La Land. Dominita, is she thinking cannonball? Nope. Into the buckle she goes. And Grodd takes her down with the STO. Grodd now looking at that spear. And he hits it. 1, 2. What's going on? Holly's here and she interfered. Holly is, well, this is perfectly legal. Remember, Grodd and Holly have had their problems and she interfered in the match. Now look at this. Holly and Dominita, I mean, they were supposed to be opponents a while back, but... Oh, and Grodd. I think he went for Holly, but Dominita sacrificed herself. Those women formed a bond. The distraction by Holly, and it wasn't enough. There's another spear. And the win by Grodd. One spear may have been enough, we'll never know. Because Holly came and distracted Grodd. But even the distraction wasn't enough. But here comes Holly. DDT punishes Grodd for what he's done. And I don't think this is over between Grodd and these two women. Dominita can't stand him. Holly can't stand him. What's been going on? So after all the shenanigans, it is Grodd that comes out with the victory. But I don't think that this story is finished between these two women and Henry T. Grodd. Holly, Dominita. I think there's some respect between these two women, but Holly came to help, but it wasn't to be this day. What next for Dominita? What next for Holly?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your first half main event! The following is a multi-man mayhem match under elimination rules for the G6 Championship! Introducing first to the ring.
Well, this is going to be pandemonium. If I thought the first match was too quick to call.
From the Sovereign, Garrett G-Wiz Bond!
G-Wiz Bond representing the Sovereign, one half of the tag team champions here. And the Sovereign, well, they've run roughshod over Pro Wrestling for You for the last year, basically. So, G-Wiz, I mean, his friend Marc Morgan holds the championship. Are we going to see something go on between G-Wiz and Marc Morgan? Because does Bond, does he have aspirations for the G6 championship? He's got his shot. He's got as much of a chance as anybody else. Well, we will see whether we form alliances or we see a chink in the armour of the Sovereign when we see Garrett Bond interacting with Marc Morgan.
Introducing next to the ring.
Five men, 4 pinfalls. This match doesn't end on the first pinfall. It ends when everyone's been eliminated except for the winner, and that winner is the champion.
He is the Lucha Pirate and creator of the Silly Salmon, Ritmo!
Ritmo's here. The Lucha Pirate. 3 times now. 3 cheers for the Lucha Pirate Ritmo. This young man, friends with the former champion, friends with Lloyd. Can he get revenge on Marc Morgan by taking the championship in this 5-way elimination match? Trained over in Mexico, honed a lucha style and then made it his own by adding some British crazy to it and some piracy. Don't forget that. Piracy. We're talking Jack Sparrow more than stealing stealing footage online kind of thing. The good pirate. Ritmo antagonising G-Wiz Bond.
From anywhere but Stoke-on-Trent, Ryan Gold!
So, Ryan Gold no longer calls himself Ryan Myatt because he doesn't want the Myatt name anymore. Oh hello, he's antagonised the fan to the point where he's chased him into the ring. Ryan Gold, whether you like him or not, his change in attitude has made a difference. This is an odd one.
Making his debut with Pro Wrestling PW, give it up for Ricky Nitro!
Ricky Nitro, elsewhere he's known as Leon Gray, but he's decided he wants to be his geeky alter ego here in Pro Wrestling PW. That's Ricky Nitro, but I'm just seeing Waluigi, and I've got no problem with that at all. Waluigi, nah. For those of you who don't play video games, it's just a guy with a fake tash and dungarees. But Waluigi, Ricky Nitro, take him seriously though. He might be new, he might be debuting, but that gives him an advantage. That gives him the upper hand when it comes to surprise element. Everybody else in this ring knows each other.
G6 champion, Quadzilla! Marc Morgan!
So, guilty pleasure here. I can't abide by the tactics of Marc Morgan, and I can't abide by his bad attitude, but the name Quadzilla is genius and apt. This man's quads are probably heavier than a toddler. He is Quadzilla, and that's an interesting way of dealing with the fact that there's no stairs. That works. The G6 champion. Now, do you see that? High five from G-Wiz Bond. And that is an advantage for Marc Morgan. Morgan enters the ring. Oh, and he's helped. He's even helped by G-Wiz Bond. I mean, come on. G-Wiz Bond clapping his compatriot, clapping his stablemate. It's quite obvious that these two are going to be teaming together. But are they? Does G-Wiz Bond have a secret agenda? Does he want the G6 champion? Does he want to be a double champion? You'd think that anyone in the wrestling ring would want to take a championship opportunity if it was given to them. Now remember, this isn't one fall to a finish. This is 4 falls, perhaps. It's elimination. So one by one, we will whittle it down until it's a one-on-one match for the G6 championship. And at that point, we will see who is the G6 champion. Will it be a retain for Marc Morgan, or will it be one of his 4 challengers? Remember, if Morgan goes out, if he's eliminated first, for example, we're guaranteed a new champion. Oh, Ryan Gold, having none of it. Takes a break, decides he's not playing. Ritmo, he's cautious on the outside, so 1 in, 1 out. We've got Ricky Nitro versus G-Wiz Bond. They can tag in anyone at any point. There are many 3 of the 4 corners currently, but as soon as someone's eliminated, obviously one of those corners will be eliminated too. Marc Morgan antagonising the fans. And the fans chanting Baby Shark because of the fin on the top of G-Wiz Bond's head. G-Wiz, kick to the gut. Down goes Ricky Nitro. Headlock applied. Nitro now. Nitro looking for the escape. Strike to the body, but it's not enough. That headlock is locked on tight. Off the ropes. Escape. But the shoulder lock takes him down. Bond flees with himself. Off the ropes. Trip missed. One more time. Up and over. And kick to the gut. Stops the momentum of Nitro. Reverse headlock. But Nitro fights his way out off the ropes. Irish whip. But the shoulder block with authority by G-Wiz Bond. Off the ropes. Trick missed. Up and over. Nitro, no. Stopped himself. Nitro. Trick missed. Up and over. And again, I don't think G-Wiz likes the fact that Leon Gray is, Ricky Nitro is managing to escape his running attacks. Ricky Nitro showing us his fun side, but he can get it done. Trick missed. Up and over. Kicks him in the bum. Fans chanting Baby Shark. Clothesline missed. Kicks him in the bum. I mean, I'm not sure it's going to get a win, but it's sure as hell going to frustrate someone when they get kicked in the bum. Trips him. Tag made to Ryan Gold. Ryan Gold having none of it and kicks Nitro in the tummy and overhand right. Snapmare takeover. Oh, and boxes his ears. Ricky Nitro uses his laces to rake across the eye. Nasty stuff by Ryan Gold. Irish whip. Into the buckles goes Ricky Nitro. Bad landing as well. I don't know if you saw, he caught his feet in the ropes. Nitro clutching at his back. Big punch to the face by Ryan Gold. Now he's choking him on the middle rope, right in front of the ref. If you get disqualified, you're out. You can't upset the ref. He's biting him. Just right in front of the ref. If the ref disqualifies you, you've lost your championship opportunity. Ryan Gold taking a risk here. Scoop and a body slam. Do you know, I've just noticed that Garrett Bond did not go into dropkick. Garrett Bond did not go into Ryan Gold's corner. He's actually in the same corner. Just a one count for Gold. He's actually gone into the same corner as his stablemate and the current champion, Marc Morgan. Showing solidarity. These two friends, they're a dangerous alliance here in this match. Mind you, that was a dangerous headbutt by Ryan Gold. Ricky Nitro downed with a big headbutt. He headbutted him so hard, he hurt himself. Tag made to the master of the silly salmon. In comes Ritmo. Oh, tag made by Ryan. The thing is, these tags, they're not friendly. These aren't friendly, and Ritmo's in. Ritmo tagged again. These two can't agree on who's supposed to be in the ring. Tag made by Ryan Gold. Blinds tag. I mean, these two. Double stomp by Ricky Nitro. And Ryan Gold is gone.
Ryan Gold has been eliminated.
After the shenanigans with Ritmo, Ryan Gold paid for it with a huge double stomp. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And he's gone. Ricky Nitro eliminates a favourite, well, not a favourite, but a veteran of Pro Wrestling for You in his first ever match, but got clobbered, absolutely clobbered by Marc Morgan. Morgan, huge right hand, the backswing on that. 2 counts. And Ricky Nitro, he's got him by the tash. Oh no, his nose. He's got his fingers on his nose. Dirty. The dirty tactics of Marc Morgan would make a sailor blush. Scoop and a body slam. Down goes Nitro. Don't do it. Don't. Dirty. Filthy. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Disrespecting an opponent. I don't feel well. And then just punches him really hard. I mean, Ricky Nitro tags in Ritmo off the ropes. Back elbow missed. Up, round and over goes Marc Morgan. Kicks him in the ribs. Kicks him on the leg. Catches the leg. Insaguri drops the champ. Off the ropes, off the second. Into the lung blower. Caught him flush. Did you see that? Well, G-Wiz pulled Marc Morgan into the corner for the tag. Caught him. Nope, lands on his feet. Catches the arm, looking for the backslide. No, lands on his feet though. Step up in Saguri, G-Wiz staggered but not down. I mean, there we go. Huge right hand. And Ritmo looking to put away the bigger man now. Off the second. Into a Rana. Tag made to Marc Morgan. Dream street for G-Wiz, but he landed in the right part of town. STO takes down the champ. What's he looking for? I think he's looking for the silly salmon. The chant of salmon. There was the silly salmon. Everybody loves the silly salmon, apart from possibly Marc Morgan. Rolling knee. I don't think that's legal. What? And the 3 count. G-Wiz, just... That's a tough break for Ritmo. That's a tough break for Ritmo. He'd hit his big move and... Just cheating. Let's just say what it is. Cheating by G-Wiz Bond. Tag. Now that's the legal manoeuvre. I mean... Roll up. 1, 2... Oh, I thought Nitro had got him. Ricky Nitro with a cheeky roll-up. And it's Nitro taking on 2 members of the Sovereign, basically. You saw what happened to Ritmo. Off the second. Huge kick to the face. That flying kick completely floored G-Wiz Bond. Nitro catches him. Onto the knee. Into the German. Beautiful German suplex. Right on his head. Nitro, what's he looking for here? He's had success off the top ropes already this evening. Is he looking for the same manoeuvre that put away Ryan Gold? Yes, he is, and he hits it. 1, 2, 3. Ricky Nitro.
G-Wiz Bond has been eliminated.
Ricky Nitro, what a debut. 2 eliminations. Can he become the G6 champion? It is 1-on-1. Nitro versus Marc Morgan for the G6 championship. Look at this. Irish whip reversal. Clothesline missed. Marc Morgan still in trouble. And the diving uppercut takes down Marc Morgan. Double knees. Can Nitro win the G6 championship on his debut? Nitro. Drop kick in the corner. Nitro. Big back body drop. Nitro, he could win this. This is amazing. Well, I think he's looking for third time's the charm, looking for the same maneuver off the top. Could he win the championship? He hit it! He did! 1! And Garrett Bond. I think Nitro would have won it. Nitro would have won it. Garrett Bond pulled the ref out the ring. Garrett Bond saved the G6 championship. Ricky Nitro had it won. Ricky Nitro clearly hard done to, and the match continues after the interference by Garrett Bond. Face buster. And down goes Nitro. Is it enough? 1, 2, no, kick out. Sometimes called the skull-crushing finale. It's a facebuster, a modified facebuster. Seen many a man put away with that maneuver, but not Ricky Nitro. Ricky Nitro, let's be honest, what a debut. He should be the G6 champion right now. Kick to the face by Nitro. This match is still very much a contest between these two. Nitro. Both men absolutely exhausted. Up, over, off the ropes. There's a drop kick. Nitro. He caught him onto the knee. Looking at that knee into the German combination. He gets it. Is it enough? Cover him. No, I think Nitro's looking for one more of those patented double stomps off the top that have worked so well. But there's G-Wiz Bond. The ref distracted, and G-Wiz Bond knocked off the rope, so Nitro back on top, having got rid of G-Wiz. And G-Wiz is back. Knocks him off the top. There's the cutter. What chance did Nitro have with not one, not two, but 3 interferences? And he even had his foot on the ropes and it was knocked off. Not one, not two.
And still your reigning G6 champion, Marc.
Not one, not two, not 3. 4 cases of interference by G-Wiz Bond. Saved Mark Morgan on 4 separate occasions. I mean, what chance did anybody have, let alone a man who had already pinned 2 other guys? A hell of a debut by Ricky Nitro, but, you know, Godzilla wouldn't have had a chance against Quadzilla with that level of interference. I mean, we've still got all the gold in the camp of the Sovereign. Ricky Nitro's surely got to be absolutely devastated that he had it won. He had his foot on the ropes. And the glee of G-Wiz, of what he's done. The Sovereign have dominated Pro Wrestling for You for a long time, and it's behaviour like that that explains why.
It's a singles match
battle for Stoke-on-Trent. I mean, I like Stoke-on-Trent, but I'm not sure I'd battle over it. So, two bona fide Stokies gonna battle it out right now. The man with the longest entrance theme. And the greyest beard.
From just down the road in Silverdale, Keith Myatt!
We love Keith here at Pro Wrestling for You. Been wrestling for 30 years, and he don't look a day over 60. 50, excuse me. No, we love Keith. He's an old dog who knows all the tricks. He knows all the tricks that everybody knows, and a few of his own. But his behaviour recently, it's been questionable. His son, now known as Ryan Gold, has been, well, basically vile. But Keith is torn between his son and his desire to be a good guy and wrestle fairly and be a role model. And Matt Burns has called him out on it.
Trent, he is the Potteries Powerhouse, Matt Burns!
Matt called him out on it, saying, look mate, you trained me, you made me, you moulded me into the Potteries Powerhouse, and I'm proud to have been trained by you, but he's trying to basically put some sense into a man who he sees as a hero, as a mentor. And you know, in other businesses you might have a meeting, you might have a heart-to-heart. In wrestling, well, you gotta have a match, ain't you? So it's Matt Burns versus Keith Myatt. Teacher versus pupil.
Listen, just before we start, Matt, just want to address the people here. What you people don't know is, this guy here, I was there at the start of his career. 16 years ago, I was the guy that gave him his name, Matt Burns. And I tell you what, and I really mean this, if anybody should have a belt, and wear a championship belt, for trying, it's you, Matt. Because God loves the trying.
Oh, Keith, be nice. Bit of psyching out at the start by Keith, and I don't think he means it. These two, they're fond of each other. Well, at least they used to be. Potteries Powerhouse versus the wily old veteran Keith Myatt. Something's got to give. Can't remember a type. Momentum there by Keith, but Matt Burns not having it. But again, Keith, he knows what he's doing in the squared circle. I'm not sure he taught Matt Burns everything he knows. Relative youth on the side of Matt Burns. He's nudging 30, but you know, Keith's nudging 60, and I'm not even joking at the moment. I don't think. Keith is timeless, but Matt Burns has youth on his side. Mind you, Keith Myatt's got that headlock on his side. If you look at the way he's got the grip, that's a butcher's grip, classic British style. Off the ropes, shoulder block, staggers. Keith Myatt was looking to knock down Matt Burns. It's like running into a wall. He's a big lad, he's the Potteries Powerhouse. Both of these two, firm fan favourites. Okay, collar and elbow. Headlock applied by Keith again. Smooth transition into a headlock. Matt Burns didn't have an answer for it twice in a row. As Keith shows us just the experience level he has. The wily veteran nature. The shoulder block didn't work a second time though. I think Keith's going to need to change tack. Alright. So these two, looking for a bit of one-upsmanship. Keith not pleased that he couldn't knock down Matt Burns, so went for the test of strength and immediately changes it into a wrist lock. Burns changed it into a wrist lock of his own. Keith Myatt looking for the reversal or the escape, or you probably saw him raise a fist. You know, he's not above a punch in the face. Nice roll through by Keith. And a bit of extra damage to the ball and socket of the shoulder there. Keith working on that arm, doing some damage to Matt Burns. Wrist lock applied. Top wrist lock takedown into the arm bar by Keith. He knows all the moves. Doesn't mean he can do all of them, but he knows them all. 1, 2. You know, I'm sure he knows what a Hurricane Rana is, but I don't think we're going to see Keith Myatt do a Hurricane Rana. He's a brawler, is our Keith, and there we go, uppercut. And the Potteries Powerhouse, a brawler too, trained by Keith Myatt. You know, the acorn doesn't fall too far from the tree. These two evenly matched. Matt Burns. He's got him by the trapezius and just a headbutt. If you dig your fingers in just above someone's collarbone, you can completely control them because of the pain inflicted. And Keith Myatt knows that. He took advantage and now he's just headbutting him, punching him and kicking him. Classic Keith Myatt. About as subtle as a brick is Keith Myatt, but he's sure as hell effective. He wouldn't have been around so long if he couldn't beat a man with his brawler style. Controlling an arm and then taking the chin, looking for a submission, or at least to wear him out. Double hook under the chin version of the camel clutch. Keith Myatt, he saw that Matt Burns was powering out, so he just dropped his entire weight across his back. Keith Myatt, he's difficult to outwit. Into the buckles, and there's a clothesline in the corner. Irish whip again. Into the buckles, and down goes Matt Burns. Drop kick in the corner by Keith Myatt. And Keith. Oof. Big forearm. Brawling outside the ring. Oh, he went for a punch and he punched the steel ring post. Now the ref is up to 4. If he gets to 10, it's a count out. He only got to 4 though. Everybody back in. Referee admonishing both competitors for outside the ring behaviour, which, you know, they both know they shouldn't really be doing. Up the ropes. Looking for the clothesline, takes down Keith Myatt. That's a big clothesline from a big lad. And there's another strike by Burns. Burns hooks him, scoop slam. Looking to finish him. The fans behind Matt Burns, it looks like. Hooks him onto the shoulder. No, escape by Myatt. Kick to the knee. Was it? Oh, it was a low blow. I thought he'd hit the knee, but clearly the referee saw. Yeah, I thought he'd kicked the knee, but it was... My angle was different to the ref's. The ref, clearly right in front of the ref, saw a low blow. That's... Keith Myatt clearly lost his temper and just booted him where the sun doesn't shine. That's me giving people the benefit of the doubt, that is. And I was wrong. Look at the agony of Matt Burns and Keith Myatt. He's been disqualified. He lost the match because he kicked someone in the groin. I mean, Keith knows better than that. You kick someone in the groin in front of the ref. It's a low blow. it's an instant disqualification. And there's another one! After the bell! And he's attacked the ref as well. Keith Myatt's livid. But he caused his own defeat. I mean, Matt Burns is in a heap on the floor, but he's the winner. That goes down as a loss for Keith Myatt because he couldn't hold his temper. Keith hasn't won. He hasn't won. He picked up a hammer there. What was he? Evil intent on the mind of Keith Myatt. Get out of the way, Dan. Myatt telling the cameraman to go away. I tell you what, I won't mess with Keith Myatt. He's, you know, I'm always joking about his age, but he's a tough, wily veteran of a man, and Rob Burns being helped to the back. Matt Burns being helped to the back because, frankly, he's been kicked in the groin twice. That's gonna hurt. This isn't the way we wanted the match to end. Keith Myatt, a changed man here in Pro Wrestling for You.
Your Pro Wrestling for You live wire main event! The following match is for the Pro Wrestling for You Championship!
Main event time!
Introducing to the ring.
Oh, we love a main event, and the stakes couldn't be higher with the Pro Wrestling for You Championship on the line. Former G6 champion making his way.
From North Wales Fighting Dojo, give it up for Lloyd!
This young man held the G6 championship with pride, and he lost it under, well, let's say, interesting circumstance. Where's he going? Okay, there's his hand. Again. There we go. You can tell that Lloyd and Ritmo are a tag team. Silly boy. Silly boy. To be fair, we do need some stairs. We have needed stairs all day, and nobody's found us any stairs. Okay, so he's dancing. Dancing with a young fan, are you? Right, Lloyd. It's all fun and games right now, but you've got to be sure that this young man is going to be deadly serious when it's his opportunity for the Pro Wrestling for You Championship. Lloyd was on a winning team in July alongside Sugar Dunkerton and Ritmo, and this is his reward. He earned this shot against the champion in a similar way that Ritmo got noticed and was put into the G6 match. Lloyd was noticed and he got put into this match. And I'm sure when we see Sugar Dunkerton back here in Pro Wrestling for You, he'll get an opportunity too. Arguably the biggest opportunity of his career here in Pro Wrestling for You, Lloyd has got his shot for the Pro Wrestling for You Championship.
The head of the Sovereign and your reigning Pro Wrestling for You champion, Delvecchio,
DDV is in the house. He's had that belt a long time now, and all of the gold is currently with the Sovereign. The Sheik and G-Wiz are the tag champs. Marc Morgan is the G6 champion, and the heavyweight champion is right there in Dave Delvecchio. Notable by their absence are the rest of the Sovereign. And it was a huge advantage for Marc Morgan in his G6 match with the help of G-Wiz Bond. I'm surprised to not see them with Dave Delvecchio. Maybe Dave feels that he doesn't need the help of the Sovereign to win, but we'll soon see about that, and I'm sure Lloyd has got a lot to say about that. Referee checks the boots, as is traditional. I've seen someone hide a fork in their boot, so you know, it's not a daft thing to do, it's important. And that is what's on the line. The Pro Wrestling for You Heavyweight Championship. And well, that young man, he wants it. Oh, and look at this. I mean, Lloyd perhaps shouldn't have done that, but Dave Delvecchio attacks him from behind. It's not the start to the match that we want. I don't think we've rung the bell yet. Lloyd's face bounced off the table. And that's a big chop. Oh, do you see that girl? She nearly cried. And a huge forearm staggers Lloyd. But he takes a glass of Coke and other beverages are available and spits it in his face. That gives him a break. That gets the man away from him. It's... Well, the referee hasn't rung the bell, I don't think. So this is just a fight. This isn't a wrestling match. This isn't for the Pro Wrestling for You Championship. Big forearm by Lloyd. And Delvecchio sat in a chair. Lloyd, big boot, topples Delvecchio, sends him rolling and reeling and clutching the back of his head. It's advantage Lloyd right now. Lloyd, he's pleased with the match as it is so far, and considering he was ambushed at the start, he's very fortunate he's managed to get the upper hand. And as soon as I say that, he gets clarted in the face. That young man, he should maybe keep back. I mean, I know you had a dance with him earlier, but you know, these are two professional wrestlers. They're trained to fight. Keep out of the way. That poor kid. Delvecchio looking for a suplex, but he gets his own suplex for his troubles. Said it earlier in the evening, that is just wooden floor. That thin carpet is going to do nothing to break your fall. It's just like being thrown on the wooden floor. It's no good. There's nothing in that. Can't have any. Lloyd. He's got his man. Big chop. Lloyd taking a breather. But I'm not sure that's wise. I say that. He needs to get him in the ring more than anything. Ask it. And he spits it in his face. I guess that's kind of revenge. I guess that's kind of revenge for what happened earlier in the match. Back rake, nasty stuff. That hurts. Mind you, so does a chop. That's a bottle of champagne. That's more. That's lager. These two men, one-upsmanship with this horrible spitting in the face thing. He drank his beer and chopped him. Maybe it's like spinach to Popeye. Lloyd, that lager will help him. There's a big right hand. Lloyd getting the fans behind him. That is definitely like spinach to Popeye. And there's the bell. We've actually got a match. We've actually got a match. Wow, that's not the way that Lloyd wanted to start the very first, well, technically the first manoeuvre of the match. He got caught right there. And Delvecchio got himself the breather he needed. Remember, these two men, this may be the start of the match, but these two men have just been brawling for the last 5 or 10 minutes. And those shoulder blocks in the stomach doing a damage to Lloyd, and there's another chop. These two are going to be battered and bruised in the morning, I'll tell you that for nothing. Dave Delvecchio loves being the Pro Wrestling For You champion. And there's a big right hand, but no. Cut off immediately. Lloyd trying to fight back, but no joy. Oh, come on, that's illegal. Lloyd choked on that middle rope, and he's doing it again. Lloyd staggers back into the turnbuckles. He needs to find something because the breath is being taken out of his body with every manoeuvre by Dave Delvecchio. Delvecchio on the second rope now. What's he looking for? He's just going to stamp in his stomach. I mean, well, that's just, I believe the term is trolling. That's trolling the fans. They thought they were going to see a spectacular manoeuvre, and all he did was stomp on his stomach. Not that getting stomped on the stomach doesn't hurt, because it does. Scoop and a body slam. So he's on the second again. What's he looking for here? Oh, come on! So pleased with himself. Just trolling the fans, and there's the back rake. The ref admonishing him for the illegal manoeuvre. And look at the anger in the eyes of Lloyd. I think that's stoked a fire more than anything. Delvecchio catches the boot. Didn't catch the punch. Well, he did with his chin on the second. But he's taken off and his head bounces off the top buckle. Oh, a bad way to land. Irish whip. Up and over though. And he looks for an arm drag. Blocked. Didn't block the forearm to the mush. Oh, the big boot. Down goes Lloyd. Lloyd staggered and battered by that. Well, Dave Delvecchio pleased with himself, but all that showboating, and then, well, he kicked him right in the face. Lloyd on Dream Street, don't know where he is right now. Hooks him up. Drops him down, right down. Is that enough? No, just a one count. Lloyd, well, he knows the opportunity he has, but still, he got absolutely slammed to the mat and kicked out at one. Almost like a backdrop into a Uranagi there by Dave Delvecchio. Innovative offense, but only earned him a one. Delvecchio focused on his opponent and just knocks him to the floor with a European uppercut. Delvecchio. Oh, he's well, interacting with the fans is one way to put it. Antagonising them is another. But what he's doing is he's giving Rai some recuperation time, but obviously not enough. Lloyd in trouble as Delvecchio now hammers down on his face. Boot in the face again, the referee admonishing him for the illegal manoeuvres. But Lloyd got caught. He sat up so he couldn't be pinned, and then the chin lock was applied. It's a situation that you just can't win. Your shoulders are down, someone will pin you to the ground. You sat up, someone can lock on a manoeuvre like a chin lock and make things a lot worse for you, taking the breath out of your lungs. Lloyd now knows he needs to get out of that precarious position. But Dave Delvecchio knew what he was trying to do and just pulls him by the ears and slams him back down to the mat. Lloyd reeling. Lloyd needs to find something. And there's that chin lock again. Delvecchio pleased with himself. The fans behind Rye. Lloyd now. Off the ropes. The escape, no, the reversal. And over the top and clattering to the floor. Lloyd, bad landing. Right in front of the front row on the wooden floor. And I think Dave Delvecchio is going to be happy if he gets a count-out victory. Yeah, he's letting the ref count. Ref's up to 4. Lloyd, he's stirring, but can he get back in the ring? Can he get back in the ring for 10? His opportunity is gone if he can't. He's back to his feet. And he's back in. Delvecchio straight on him though. Reversal by Lloyd. Step up in Saguri. Back of the head. Lloyd out of the way. Delvecchio catches himself and then catches an uppercut from Lloyd. Lloyd up and over with a big back body drop. Lloyd, he's fired up. He can feel it. He can see his opportunity in front of him right now. Lloyd, I think he's got a problem with his boots. That could cost him. What's he looking for? Points at Delvecchio and tells him what's coming his way, and it's a big punch. Delvecchio, he's done a damage to Lloyd, and then he gets dropped with a bulldog headlock. Lloyd, he's got his second wind. Cover. Kick out by the champ. Lloyd. That adrenaline rush, was it enough? Can he capitalise? He's done some serious damage to Delvecchio now. So it's his opportunity. Is it Lloyd's time? Is it his time? And can he take that belt away from Dave Delvecchio? Well, he seems to think he can. Look at that, the confidence. Hooks him. Got him. What's he looking for? No. Delvecchio looking at that TKO, I think. Escaped by Lloyd. Headbutt. Off the ropes. And the rebound clothesline. He was ducked by Lloyd. And it hit the ref. Hooks him. Fights his way out. Off the ropes. And catches him with the running ace cutter. Is it enough? The ref's down. And here comes the Sovereign. Here comes the Sovereign. And they're just beating down on Lloyd. The ref's knocked out cold, doesn't see what's going on, and Lloyd is taking an absolute mauling by these two brutes. The G6 champ, one half of the tag champs, just raining down on Lloyd. This is disgraceful. And Garrett Bond not letting up. Good grief. He's a mugging. Oh no. Delvecchio stopping the attack. Why is Delvecchio stopping the attack? Well, Delvecchio seems to think he can do it by himself. Almost honourable behaviour by Dave Delvecchio. I'm surprised by this, but well, there you go. Fist bump. They're still mates, respecting his wishes. Delvecchio wants to fight a fair fight. Roll through, covers him. 1, 2. Oh, Delvecchio nearly lost the belt. And then he just kicks him very hard, knocks him down. This has been a hell of a fight. You don't get many contests that last this long. They've been fighting a good 20 minutes now. This is a long contest, but with the stakes on with the high stakes of the belt on the line, these two men pulling out all the stops. And like I say, Delvecchio sending his stablemates to the back. Lloyd fighting back, hooks him and drops him face first. The Moonlight Drive isn't enough. Have we got a new champ? Cover. 1, 2. No! Just a 2. Just a 2. That was about as close as it's possible to get. The Moonlight Drive. Not enough to put away Dave Delvecchio. And I don't know what Dave Delvecchio wanted to prove, but what I just saw was Dave Delvecchio prove just how tough he is. Maybe Dave Delvecchio doesn't need the assistance of the Sovereign. Maybe Dave Delvecchio can defend this belt against Lloyd. But Lloyd, I tell you what, he is going to sure as hell try and take that belt and push the advantage he has. Looking for a top rope maneuver. Surely this will be enough to put away the champ. Lloyd. He's on the top. And he hits the senton bomb. He's beside himself. Is he a new champion? Kick out. Good grief. The kick out. The kick out. I can't quite believe it. The kick out by Dave Delvecchio. I mean, we are seeing some toughness from Dave Delvecchio. Big forearms now. Big forearms. Dave Delvecchio's in serious trouble. Kick to the chest. Rebound. Misses the clothesline though. And there's the super kick. Lloyd. It's all Lloyd right now. Off the ropes. Into the Canadian Destroyer. Covers his man. 1, 2. No! What's Lloyd got to do to put away the champ? Did you see that? Garrett Bond's back out here. Didn't interfere, but I think he thought that the championship had been lost. Garrett Bond is back out, and the referee sending him to the back. Morgan's out as well. I think he's telling G-Wiz that Delvecchio didn't want their help. Marc Morgan and Dave Delvecchio have been friends for a long time. Well, here's Ritmo. Wow, there's a brawl on the outside. A brawl on the outside. And well, whatever they were doing, Ricky Nitro and Ritmo have removed the Sovereign from the equation. Good grief, this match. It's crazy. Lloyd, the fans, they want to see him win. And Lloyd is fired up. Lloyd has taken a beating. But I tell you what, he's delivered one too. Drives his forearm, but there's the blow. The strike backs. It's 1-on-1. It's blow for blow. It's Dave Delvecchio, Lloyd. Who is the toughest? And Lloyd getting the advantage. Good grief. How is Delvecchio still standing? Misses with a step up in Seguri. Hooks him, spins him. Short arm into the forearm. Drive-by kick. Delvecchio hooks him. Double underhook. Into the pedigree. 1, 2. Kick out by Lloyd. Oh, good grief. These two men, what's it going to take? Right, Lloyd, I don't think he can even believe that himself that he kicked out of that manoeuvre. These two men have thrown everything at each other for the Pro Wrestling for You Championship. Everything. It's been an epic fight. Epic. And we still don't have a winner yet. What's it gonna take? Something's got to give. Delvecchio, he's got him again. Reversal. There's the step up in Seguri. Right, Lloyd can hardly stand, but he needs to. He needs to find something to put away the champ off the ropes. And there is a shining wizard to the back of the head. Cover. And another kick out. Right didn't get the leg. He didn't get the deep cover that perhaps he needed. He didn't have the strength and he just draped his body over the champ and it wasn't enough. Delvecchio found something from somewhere and still kicked out. Shining wizard to the back of the head. What's it going to take? What is it going to take to put either of these two men away? What's Ry Lloyd's? Ry Lloyd, he's got something on his mind. He's thrown everything in his arsenal at Dave Delvecchio. He's got something on his mind, something off the top rope. High risk, high reward. But the problem with high risk is that it can all come crashing down. Is Ry Lloyd making a mistake? Is Ry Lloyd making the best decision? It looks like he made a mistake. Delvecchio and Ry Lloyd now fighting in the worst part of town. Ry Lloyd on top though. Headbutt. Down goes Delvecchio. Ry Lloyd, maybe I was wrong. Maybe this was the right thing because the high risk can give you the highest reward. This young man, can he win the championship? Can he hit that top rope manoeuvre? No, he can get smashed in the face. Took too long. Oh no, 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 no. No. Drops him. It's called the Pepsi Plunge. It's the top rope version of the pedigree. That's got to be enough. And it is. That's the 3 count. Oh my.
Your winner and still your Pro Wrestling for You champion, Dave Delvecchio.
Dave Delvecchio was in a war tonight. It took one of the most filthy, scary, deadly manoeuvres you will ever see. The Pepsi Plunge off the second dropped Ry Lloyd on his head, and that young man has got nothing to be ashamed of. What a war. What a battle. Dave Delvecchio is the Pro Wrestling for You heavyweight champion. And Ry Lloyd gave him the fight of a lifetime. That was a war. That was a hell of a match. What a main event. What a champion, let's be honest. You may have doubted him before, but Dave Delvecchio showed us what he's made of and what he's capable of. Oh, but come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Leave him alone. Well, he helped him to his feet. It's almost like a show of respect by Dave Delvecchio. Good grief. I mean, if anything could earn you respect, it's that. What a performance by Ry Lloyd.
Give it up for Ry Lloyd!
Ry Lloyd should be proud of what he's done today. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. I've been Magic Marc. We've been Pro Wrestling for You. Thank you, and good night.